Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with yours truly, Dominic Sicali. Sicali's Corner Unfiltered. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm a little more energetic today. You know why? I drink EG vodka. EG vodka. You will love it. Great tasting vodka. Nah, just joking. I want also Cynthia, Francisco, and German, thank you for everything. Do me a favor tonight. I just want to see. Let's not block anybody tonight unless they're really, really egregious that they're being very disrespectful. I want to keep it open. I want to see some of their comments, and then we could go over it. We'll offline it, and we'll check it out. Okay, but try not to, unless somebody's very, very badly outspoken and doing something extremely disrespectful. This damn. Here we go again with this hat. Yeah, let's just keep it on. Keep it going. So I just want to see with everybody. Glad to see everybody's on. Let me start off with my brother from another mother, the German. German says, and thank you for the contribution. What's the most satisfying taste in vodka on the market, you ask? Well, let's tell simply, EG vodka, that's right, EG vodka, hands down. It's fabulous for any cocktails or straight. It comes in 3 delicious flavors. You will love it. EG vodka, folks. We have rosemary, lavender, Earl Grey sage, and the regular. Go to egvodka.com, order it today. It's excellent. It's really, really a good vodka. You won't be disappointed. German, thank you so much, as always, for the contribution. I'm going to shout out to everybody, and then we'll get this party rolling tonight. Got some energy in me. No, I don't, but I'm tired as a mofo. Wise guy, good to see you on. Shay, Cynthia, Dominic, Francisco, German, Frosty. We're just going down the line. Johnny. Who else? All-Star. My man. Let's see what All-Star has tonight as odds. John. Who else we have? Let's see. And that's it, folks. We're done. Okay, Ellis, what's up? Bronx East South. Who else do we have? Who else? Sam the Man's in the house. Jeff Evans, what's up? What's up? So, folks, I just want to thank everybody for the support, the love on the channel. I'm not going to get this story started till I get 100 likes. Give me 100 likes. I got 107 viewers. I want 100 likes. What? 110. See, I have 110 viewers. I want 100 likes. We only need 70 more. I'm not starting. I'll sit here and pout all night. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Damn, how it's moving up quick. I know. That's going to be the new thing. Dominic's extorting his viewers. There we go. That's all. Hit me with another charge. What the hell? 50. We're up to, see, we're halfway there and we got 122 viewers. So for the new viewers, I'm not talking until I get 100 likes. Only 45 away. See that? Look at that. Nah, folks, I'm messing with everybody. I love you guys. Thank you. It's all about having fun. Listen, you can take the mafia out of the guy, but you can't take the guy out of the mafia, or vice versa, whichever way it is. Just having fun, though. Just having fun. Tonight, we're going to talk about one of the mafias, as Gene Barella would say, a raven lunatic, Vinnie Assaro. Vincent Vinnie Assaro. I never met Vinnie. At the time when I was there on the streets all that time, I never met him. He was shelved. He was shelved, so we never met him. And the funny part was, I was actually partners with his son, Jerry Assaro, Jerome Jerry Assaro. And come to find out, Jerry and his father never spoke. They didn't speak. They had a major disagreement. And for those of you who don't know, Vinnie Assaro was a captain in the Bonanno crime family, which you do know. His son, Jerry, who he sponsored to get made, was his acting captain, and then wound up taking over his crew. Um, and Vinnie Assaro was definitely a legend. I mean, Vinnie Assaro was the captain. His son Jerry took over for him, or was his acting captain, then took over his crew. And I'll go into that later on. Why Vinnie Assaro got demoted and then shelved. But he was definitely a wild child, wild man, without a doubt. Stone cold killer, thug, till the end, even at his old age. And it's amazing too. The son's total opposite, total opposite. So Vincent Assaro was born July 10th, 1935, and he died October 22nd, 2023. So he had a long life, folks, long life. And one of his major altercations was back in the early day when him and what's his name, Jimmy Burke, who was also the mastermind of the Lufthansa heist, they killed a guy, Paul Katz, who they were using his warehouse for storage. They felt Paul was cooperating. They killed Paul, buried him, I think, in a basement of a house. Then years later, they dug it up, moved him somewhere else. This was like move the body all over the place. Instead of just taking them out to the ocean, taking the remains all the way out to sea and dumping it where nobody will ever find it. It ceased to amaze me how smart these mobsters are, but how stupid they are. You have a chance to take a body, and this is a thing I always believed in. If you're going to make a body disappear, take them out to sea. Take them out to the sea. You go out 5 miles. You don't even have to go out that far. 5 miles out. You dismember them. Or if you don't dismember them, folks, I'm going to go into some just people want to hear. What happens is you can't just dump a body in the ocean, even weighted down. What happens is they build up with gas, and 9 times out of 10, they will rise. They will rise up. So what you have to do, and I was schooled this in my Genovese days, you have to cut them open. You have to cut them open. You cut them open this way when the body is decaying, I would say, or it's going through the process, and all those gases build up, it's released. It comes out. So that body will never float. It'll always stay under, and it'll be fish food. So, and this, for instance, is where bodies float up. It just happens. But it's just part of learning experience. And I'm just shocked with all these guys that they rather bury somebody close, and with the risk of getting caught, or eventually somebody's going to dig it up. They're going to discover it. And to me, that's no good. You're better off taking that body out to sea, dismembering it, or cut them open and dump them. That's it. Joseph, thank you for the contribution. Was part of your agreement that you had to go with SAC unit, or did you have a choice to go to General Pop? Well, I'm glad you asked now before I really got into the story. So, folks, when they arrested me and I decided to cooperate, they were housing me in a county jail under an assumed name until they allowed me into the WITSAC unit. But in the federal custody, while you're in federal custody, it's not an option. They wouldn't put somebody like me in a dropout yard, too high profile. So they put me in a WITSAC unit, which is okay. You know, it just makes life easier as that. Now, they could have put me in other units, but they wouldn't do it just for safety reasons. And just because I'm under their control, I'm under their, their supervision. I'm under their supervision. So now when it was time to be released, I had the marshals, I had the prosecutors, and I had the FBI telling me, I need the WITSAC, you have to go. And I just wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. That's my choice when being released. Everybody thought I was going to get sentenced to time served when I was sentenced, and I didn't. Judge Garifas gave me 10 years. So I had to do another almost 2 years more. And even the marshal said, you probably got the time because you didn't go into the witness protection program. If you would have went in, more than likely you would have got the time served. But, he just felt, you know what, maybe I just wasn't ready at that time. So everything works out for the best. I was upset, but I was still grateful for it. So I hope I answered your question with that. Alexandria Wilson, thank you for the contribution. PJ in his testimony said that Vinnie originally wanted Vinnie Assaro as boss after he got locked up and not Messino. Is that true? That is not true. That is not true. 20,000%. Not true. I don't know where he got that from. I'm not even sure. You have to show me that, because Vinnie Assaro wasn't even on the spectrum with us. Didn't even go to the captain's meeting. Vinnie called the captain's meeting. He wasn't a captain. He was shelved. He was shelved at that time. I don't know if it was Michael or who took him off the shelf, but when I got locked up, he was still shelved. So that is inaccurate, 10,000%. It's not true. Michael was the one in charge. And like I said, I couldn't take Michael more than 3 weeks of him being in charge. It went right to his head. And Michael thought, just the stuff that was coming out of his mouth, telling me, well, I need to know where message is, who's giving you the message. And me, I'm tight-lipped. I'm like, you can forget about that. I am not telling you. I was told it's nobody's business and people could get jammed up, not saying, but I was told not to say. And I kept it like that. Michael didn't like it. I got to the point, I sent word into Vinny. Listen, I feel like a sitting duck out here. This guy's driving me crazy. I feel like a sitting duck. Vinny's like, just relax, just relax. After the second time, third time I sent it, Vinny said, if you feel that way, do what you have to do. Knowing Michael's going. And like I said, I couldn't take Michael more than 3 weeks, a month. I'm a gangster. I was a gangster. I was a thug. I think I had a good head on my shoulders as well. Michael was going. I could not take his antics, his shenanigans. Michael, it went right to his head that he's the boss. He's walking around with his chest puffed up. Michael was going. That's why I say, Bruno, where have you become? Really? So you didn't rap, but you're taking the role from this Mama Luke? Even Johnny Joe, like, really? Wow. I used to look, as a kid, I looked up to Johnny Joe. Johnny Joe was, I was banging around with him, but I was a lot younger. And damn, to take orders from this buffoon, unbelievable. It's amazing, because if I was out there, even Vinny would never, folks, Vinny could come home tomorrow. Michael will probably shit his pants. Without a doubt, shit his pants. 10,000% shit his pants. Michael will probably go into Woodsack if Vinny came home. Vinny will take control. That's without a doubt. I don't even have to think about that one. Who we have? James Taylor. Thank you for the contribution. James Taylor gave me a super contribution. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, James. Thank you so much. But folks, so that's where we stand with that. Thank you. Great comments. Great comments. Love it. So, Vinnie Assaro. It's funny because he was indicted January of 2014 for the Lufthansa heist. And this mofo beat the case. Beat the case. It's amazing. It's amazing. He beat the case. They acquitted him of all charges. And the Asaros go back. His grandfather, Vincenzo, 1892, and a distant cousin to Joe Bonanno. So, folks, the Asaro family is legends in Cosa Nostra, organized crime, and it's amazing. It really is amazing. But to tell you how wild this guy is an understatement. And I really, you know what? I wish I did meet him. I wish, even though he was shelved, I did get the opportunity to meet him, because I'm sure he would have had me cracking up half the times. I'm sure he would have definitely respected me, because the reputation we had out there, we were also heavy hitters. So, and usually tough guys, they respect that. But even from what Gene says, this man was out of his mind, out of his mind. So, and then it's funny that he actually caught another case, I think in 2017. 2017, arson. Arson. Somebody cut him off in Howard Beach. I think he was with one of the Gottis in the car. He had a shit fit, and they had a connection. Local police force, the Gambinos. They got the guy's plate number. They ran it. They got the guy's information. He went and had the guy's car firebombed. This is I think 70 something years old at the time. Unbelievable. So I could picture him in his heyday. He was just probably a mess. Now, why, you ask? Why did he get shelved, or why did he get demoted? Well, when he became Capo, he started taking money from his guys, abusing his guys. Joe warned him once, twice, third time, that's it. It's lucky he didn't get killed. But he got demoted. His son took over the crew. And then after that, his antics of being disrespectful to other made guys. Most important, he was taking money. He was taking money that was supposed to be kicked up. That could get you killed. I don't know why they didn't kill him, but they wound up shelving him, put him on the shelf. So here, we have a place for you. Go sit down, sit in the corner, take your time out. And again, I'm telling you the way it was. So I don't know. Gene said that he was a captain. I didn't know him as a captain. I didn't even meet him as a friend. And I was close with his son. Like I said, we had a major sports betting book together. We'd see each other sometimes 3 times a week, but an average 2 times a week. Him and his acting captain, Jack Bonaventura, Vinnie and myself would always meet up with them. And never once did I meet the father. Never once did Vinnie call for the father to sit down with Vinnie Assaro. He just left him alone. I'm sure Vinnie would have been out longer. Yes, we would have definitely called for him. And knowing Vinnie, he would have probably put him in my crew to start him out. Definitely, without a doubt, knowing that. Because Vinnie wanted to prove a point. I'll put everybody in line. If they don't conform, they're going. Just like Randy, same thing. Vinnie didn't play. Vinnie had the stigma of Hello Gorgeous. That's where he got Vinnie Gorgeous. He hated that name. He used to correct people right away. Vinnie B. Tell him Vinnie B. B as in boy. Vinnie B. Vinnie B. Or Vinnie from the Bronx. So, but Vinnie didn't play. Vinnie had a lot of bodies under his belt, and he pulled the trigger on every one of them except the last one. So Vinnie was always there. Vinnie ran with the concept, lead by example. This way, my men will respect me. And got my respect right away. That's just the way Vinnie is. So, with that, it's just story about Vincent Assaro. So, legendary. Beat a case in the early days for killing somebody, acquitted. Lufthansa heist, acquitted. And then he goes and firebombs somebody's car. So with that, it's sad. The guy wound up dying. I think he died on the streets, which at least he got to die as a civilian, but definitely out there. And, I would definitely love to meet him. But because Gene said, oh my God, this guy's wild. He would let Gene do whatever he wanted. And, you don't run today's mafia like that. It has to be controlled. It has to be concise. You have to be more, I would say, strategic with your moves, especially with all the surveillance. Everybody's telling out there. You don't know who's not telling. So you really have to be careful in today's mafia. Times are different. This is not the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, where communities were communities. The code of silence was a code of silence where nobody spoke. I mean, even women kids wouldn't say a peep. Nowadays, it's just social media has everybody yapping, us included on these YouTubes. So with that, let's answer some questions. Shay, we need to do a fan roundtable once a month. Call it Sakali Squares. Get everyone. You know what? I like that, Shay. Let me write that down. I definitely like that. Good idea. Once a month. Okay. No, I definitely like that. Ready for times out. No, nobody, everybody's getting a reprieve tonight. We're going to let them go a little bit, guys. My gatekeepers, my soldiers. Let the soldiers go a little bit, and we'll see see if there's anything disrespectful said. I think we got this pretty much under control, and that's thanks to my capos, Francisco, German, and Cynthia. Thank you for getting everybody in line. Matt says, "What's up, chat? Cynthia, Francisco, hope all is well. Let's have some FU, some fun." Okay. I see Matt put fun over there at the end. And to any trolls on here, be warned. This is from Francisco. This is my capo. Be warned. You will be blocked 24 hours if you act up. Well, see, you heard him. You heard him. So be careful, folks. Ryan Brown, thank you for the contribution. I remember watching the footage of Vinnie Assaro being acquitted, and he jokingly said to someone, "Don't let them see the body in the trunk." Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That, folks, that's a classic. That's a classic. You know who that reminded me of when he passed that comment? Fat Jack D'Norcio. That's something he would say. Fat Jack was witty like that. Or you know what? Funzy too would say something like that. Slick. You know, Bo, hide the body don't let them see the body. Don't open up the trunk. But yeah, that's definitely a classic line. Mike says, "What's up, Dom? I lived in the Bronx most of my life and hung out at the bars and clubs in all the sections of Pelham Bay, Throgs Neck, Morris Park. Was wondering what bars and clubs you hung out at." I hung out at the Half Crown, the Midget Bar. I'm going back. I'm dating myself. Where else? Cousins Corners, which was Waterbury's. Doubles, which was a bar in Tremont. Dangerous place. Then back in the day, they used to have strip clubs on Frog's Neck. It used to be Ruffles. Used to have the girls dancing on the stage naked. Regular bar in the neighborhood. That was the first bar I ever went to with my fake ID. I think I was like 15 years old, 16. And we had the fake ID we got from Hunts Point to make me 18. At the time, drinking age was 18 years old. So, yeah, I hung out. Another good place was the Hawaii Sea on Westchester Avenue, the Hawaiian restaurant. Everybody used to go there. I remember one night, there was a guy, we used to call him Joe Poop Ass. For those of you who remember, Joe Poop Ass. And I forgot his real last name, but we used to call him Joe Poop Ass because he had a big butt. But he was close with, what's his name? My boys. Oh, my God. Off the top of my head. Anyway, Louis and Galazi, which is Fat Gigi's son, or Tony Patera, which is a son of Ernie's friend, and Joey. I'll get Joey's name in a minute. But I remember being at the YC, and I'm sitting down, and Joey gets into an argument, and I see a guy pull out a gun. Joey went into him and actually put his hand in the hammer of the gun, wound up twisting it out of his hand. I was like, I got mad props for Joey. I got mad props after that for him. I'm like, that guy pulled a gangster move, like smart. But yeah, that was a good place too. There was a few places in Pelham Bay Station that were good. They were dangerous, but they were good too. Shay, never tried or heard. Pretty crazy. Okay, it wasn't for me. Phil D, what's up? Dom, talk about some discos and restaurants in the Bronx and Westchester Avenue that were connected back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Thanks. Well, the 90s, when was it? 90s, I was away. I was away, so I could talk about 80s and 2000s. Restaurants, you had Westchester. Where was it? At nighttime and down by Parkchester, there was 4 clubs. I forgot the name of them. After hours, everybody used to go to Cafe Sueños on Havermeyers. Again, you had doubles, you had Frenchies, you had Half Crown, you had what other ones? You had the Midget Bar. I mean, that was on Middletown Road. There was a lot of different bars, a lot of hangouts in the Bronx. Discos back in the day. You had Marty's and Lenny's in New Rochelle. In New Rochelle, you had Take 5. That was right across the street from Marty's and Lenny's. Those were 2 places you basically dress up. Then they had a place called Streets, just as you're entering New Rochelle. It was like a hip-hop. You could wear hats, clothes. The Fun House. They had, I think it was Magic's. No, Magic's was out in Long Island. They had one, I forgot what Studio 54 used to be. I went there. So that was in the city. So Funhouse was good. That was Hunts Point. That's where Madonna was. And Madonna started out. She did what she had to do to get her get known. That's for sure back then. That's for sure. So never heard before about sides. I drink alcohol. Okay. Francisco, I don't know who you're talking to. So what else we have? Sam the Man. I sure hope my name is being passed to the wrench to be a wrench. LOL. Yes, you're on the list, Sam. We have a list going around. We have to get approval from the rest of the members. So tranquilo. You gotta love it. Love you guys. All Star says, Cynthia, I kind of look like the Karate Kid. Yeah, okay, All Star, whatever. Wise guy, thank you for the contribution. Let's give you some love. Thank you for the contribution. Dom, can I be a mode? You want to be one as well? I told you, there's a list going around. We got a list. I'll start switching it up or just adding. Maybe we'll switch it up a little bit, give everybody a chance. So I have to consult with my consigliere, right, Cynthia? I consult my consigliere. So, but no, we'll definitely switch it up. We'll switch it up. So, Caesar B, Dom, did you ever hang out at Perino's in New Rochelle? I don't think so. No. Louis Marshall, Dom, you ever have the tearaway jogging pants, the Adidas ones? No, I didn't. I really didn't. And I know what you're talking about there for basketball. Trucker's Life. Do you remember Strawberries on Tremont Avenue by the cemetery where they used to have the pigeon coops on the roof, and the Wise Guys and the Purple Gang used to fly pigeons up there? No, that's way before my time. That's way before my time. And it's funny because my father, if you know the Bronx, okay, if you're heading north on the Bruckner Expressway, the service road for Country Club, before you get to the first overpass that goes into Country Club, that service road, a guy we called Uncle Frank had a house there off the service road. It went into a ravine, the backyard, it was low, and then it went up. He had steps that went up where you could see the road. And that steps, there was a ledge maybe about 20, 30 foot wide. My father built a pigeon coop over there and had his pigeons. And he used to fly the pigeons around. And he used to love his pigeons. They used to drink wine, party there. All the guys would get together at Uncle Frank's house. They used to be on a Friday night. And I was a kid. I was 12, 13, 14. I would go there to get some money from my father. And there'd be like 20, 30, 40 of them just drinking the homemade wine, hanging out. And, I make my rounds, collect some money to go out. And at that time, I go to Stars roller rink, take a cab or whatever the case may be. But, yeah. We have Dragon Master Dwayne. Lots of former U.S. law enforcement personnel without a mate. Western modern women. Lonely losers out there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Phil D says, more discos, the second floor disco, and lollipops, New Rochelle. Stereo Lounge in the Bronx, Fudgies, Central Avenue. I heard of Fudgies. Lollipops I've heard of. Never went to either one. And the others, no. I didn't know. Also in the Bronx, or on the outskirts of the Bronx, we had the strip club Pretty Woman, right by Omni Gym. It's going over into Westchester, but it's right over there. So it's just on the breaking line of the Bronx and Westchester. They had the strip joint there. Sam the Man, the funniest part in Goodfellas is when De Niro woke up the agent and said, "Come on, let's go for a ride." There was a few funny scenes in Goodfellas, a few funny ones. I like where Pesci's where he cracks the guy in the head when the guy says, "You're 7 large." He said, "Bam, you said you come over to me and embarrass me in front of my friends. You know what I'll do for you? Could you believe it? He asked me to baptize his kid. For 7,000, I'll baptize your kid." That had to be the funniest scene to me. Bronxy South, Dom, you should let the washwoman promote the toothbrush with his white teeth smile. You know what? That would be funny if somebody can make a short holding up this. Take that picture with the washwoman. That would be hilarious. So, good one, though. Good one. We have Bernstein. Scott Bernstein enjoys rubbing sun. Oh, I'm sure Scott enjoys a lot of things. Oh, Francisco says, go get your effing shine box. That's another good one. That's another good. There was a lot of good liners in there. That's for sure. Ryan Brown, thank you for the contribution again. Dom, do you know where Vinnie's Club / bar Butterfingers was located? I heard people mention it. Why did he have a falling out with his son, Jerry? You totally lost me. Vinny's father's name is Jerry. Vinny never had a falling out with Jerry. And Vinny has 4 sons. Vincent Jr., Stephen, Joey, Michael, and Anthony. 5 sons, actually. Yeah, Vinny's father was named Jerry. He never had a falling out with him. Always cared for his father. His father was always at Christmas, all the events and everything. And Vinny's Club bar, Butterfingers, I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Vinny had was a social club by Wilkerson Avenue and Westchester. He had a club there. That's all I know about. Ryan Brown, I meant Vinnie Assaro. Okay. Let me see. So yeah, I don't know with Vinnie Assaro and why did he have a falling out with his son Jerry. There were 2 polar opposites from what I heard. Vinny was a wild man. Jerry used to work, used to go to his job, do the right thing. So I guess they just didn't see eye to eye one day and they just had a big falling out. And Jerry Assaro was his own man. Jerry was really a good guy. So, 2 polar opposites. That's all I could say. I think the father at one time told him, toughen up, act like a man, and he took insult to it. And they had a falling out. And then with the crew, taking over the crew, there was animosity. And, that's the best I could put it. So people, hit that like button, please. Even the haters, don't worry, we can't see you. We won't know it's you. So hit the like button. Let's see. From Kevin Murphy, Dom, back in the day, who did you fear as far as you didn't want to be on the wrong side of him? As a kid, I was scared of Stephen DeLuca. As a kid. As I grew up and I saw what you could do, what could happen, I didn't fear anybody. That fear went out. But as a kid, you're growing up. And at that time, I was young. I was young, 17, 16, 17. 17, I think Stephen was 25, 26, older. I didn't even fear Johnny Joe. And Johnny Joe was 10 times more serious than Stephen as far as would kill you in a heartbeat. I didn't fear him because Johnny Joe came through my father. So did Joey Melnish. So they were told to look out for me as a kid. So, and with that, I know when Johnny Joe grabbed Stephen, Stephen right away called for me, said, listen, I have no problem with you. You know, I don't want any beef. He was scared. He was scared. Paulie says, was Vinnie shelved for multiple reasons or mainly being a bad earner? Sorry for asking again. No, Vinnie was shelved. We're talking Vinnie Assaro, folks. He was shelved. He was taking people's money. He was being abusive as a captain. He was shaking down his own guys. That's why he was shelved. That's the main reason. CJ, stand up. Johnny says, CJ, stand up at what's killing his wife. I have no idea what that means. John Solo says, Dom, who was the Lucchese captain you chased around the car? That was Anthony TV. Anthony TV. He was a captain of the Lucchese crime family. He's another guy, just got straightened out. They elevated him to a captain. And he was part of a 3-panel administration at that time. He passed the word to Vinny, said he didn't want to shake my hand, and I went after him. And that was it. Dragon Master Dwayne, thanks. Any more rats? My peeps are going to get you. So I gave everybody a reprieve tonight. You could come out with nasty comments that make sense. We're going to allow it. I'll answer it. But you start with the shenanigans, you're going to be blocked. So it's a warning. So, and thank you guys for not letting them come on, do that. We'll see. We'll give everybody a chance, give everybody a warning, and that's it. Doherty, Dominic, I just had some E.G. vodka and got liquor courage, so thank you. I'm a couple of man shots away from taking down. Love it. Love it. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Take that man shot. It'll help you. Bernstein, Dom, who got, we're not even going in a contest with the washwoman. Paulie, thank you for answering our questions. Always, Paul, always. New York, we have, hey, from Tuckahoe, Dom. Did you ever eat or hang out Pelham Gourmet or Knucklehead Tavern by Omni Gym? Yes, Knuckleheads, yes. Yes, I did go there. I was in Knuckleheads. I liked the place. It was actually pretty good. So, yes, I did hang out there. We have Detroit, Dominic, Andrew Gigante, and Vincent Esposito. Andrew Gigante, I'll tell a story about him later. He owned Trotters, which was a restaurant in New Rochelle, A-N-D. You know what? I'll tell it real fast now. Andrew Gigante, there was an issue with the Genovese crime family, so Vinny had me go up there. I took about 5, 6 guys with me, and I grabbed them out of the kitchen. I didn't physically grab them. I told them, get them, bring them out, and I read them the riot act. I said, next thing, I forgot what exactly happened, but I told them, next thing that goes on, I will be up here and I will burn your restaurant to the ground. I threatened them, and then that was it. Maybe about a month after that, I happened to go into the restaurant again. He came out. He didn't know what he had to do for me. I told him, I said, listen, sorry it had to be targeted towards you. We just had to make our point. I have no hard feelings. He said, no, Dom, have some shots. And we had a great time. Ever since then, we were okay with each other. I never held a grudge, folks. It's business. Unless somebody did something personal, it's a different story. The main one, when are you coming to Liverpool, England? Actually, I was looking at tickets for this week. it's since my birthday's coming up, my wife is traveling too. So, somebody has to remain here with the dogs, cats, birds, parakeets, alligators, all our damn. We have a zoo here. So, but it's going to be soon. It's going to be soon. I would say within the next month, I'll be in the UK because my partner out there, Michael Anderson, we're probably going to do the live about Uncle Luca out there. And then also he has some meetings for me out there. He owns I think it's called the Gillingham, the football club, minor league football club. He owns it, one of the owners. So we'll be doing something there. And there's a lot of people that want me out there. So I'm coming out to the UK, folks, definitely. CJ says, hey, Dom, great show. Why do you think Vinny picked Mancuso to be boss? Vinny Basciano picked Michael to be boss, knowing he could control him. The only thing that probably went awry was when I cooperated and I told that Vinny gave me the green light to kill Michael. But Vinny kept it in the Bronx. Vinny felt, let me keep somebody who I know I could control, who I see every day, knows the way I act. Vinny was big on that. He wanted people around him that he didn't have to teach. And you keep everything in the Bronx. Just like with the Genovese, they do the same thing. Everything's in the Bronx. Gambino's in Queens and Brooklyn. So, it's just like Barney, say. Barney has Ralphie Balsamo. Who else does he have? Hippie, Sal Larker. That's it. They're not quality. They're just, Ralphie's a stone cold scaredy cat. Hippie and Larker, well, Larker not as much, but Hippie's a cokehead, always sniffing up a storm. I heard he even had a heart attack. He sniffed so much. Seriously, had a heart attack. So, a few years back, quite a few years back. So, Bronx Southie. Bronx, I'm just going to say South Bronx. So, Dom, did you know that Hippie treats waiters like shit and not giving them tips and insulting people? Thank you. What did I tell you people on the last show with Hippie? What did I tell you? Tell them valets. You know who I am. Okay? And this is in Jersey. Telling them, do you know who I am? He's all coked up. And here comes one of you, the viewers. Bronx East South. Dom, do you know that Hippie treats waiters like shit, not giving them tips and insulting people? Now, this is the Genovese future. This is the Genovese. I told you, it's a piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. Him and Michael Washwoman are in the same category. They sniff like fiends. So they probably look at the mirror, try to scare themselves. They're talking, hey, what are you looking at in the mirror? They're looking at their reflection, arguing. So anyway, Lewis Marshall, Dom, does the name Anthony Soratello mean anything to you? West Haster and Bronx. His son is Freddie Boy. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar, but not have to really think about that. Ryan, did you ever have any run-ins with Barney from the Genovese crime family? No. When I was out, Barney was in jail. When I was in jail, Barney was out. So no, I never had the opportunity to meet him. I heard he's very well educated, great guy, really nice guy. He's good for the life. That's for sure. All-Star says, Mancuso has a grin that I would never trust that guy. He seems evil. It's a grin of jealousy. He puts that smirk, that snicker on his face. It's jealous. It's envious because he's a simple guy, simpleton, meaning brain capacity. He's not sharp. He's not an eloquent speaker. He's just a buffoon. He's an idiot. He's just a complete buffoon, and that's it. And he's not a gangster. Not again. His claim to fame was riding off of other people's coattails. And that's it. Sam the man. They look in the mirror and try to scare themselves all day long. Chris says, any dealings with San Juan mob? No. Canadian G. Hey Dom, I was hoping to get your email. Have some questions regarding this investment. Here's my email. I'm going to start putting the email up in the description, folks, so you have it. Anytime, just email me. I don't think I got to any of the emails this morning. Just putting all stuff together, getting everything. Peter says, I know Zeph Mustafa. I know his family. Very, very scary man. Nice but scary. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I've also heard he's not bothered with the life. He's basically out of it, retired. So let's give him props that he walked away from the life. Paulie, excuse me. Could Vinny officially relinquish Mancuso if he was released, or would there be a power struggle? I think Michael would definitely step down. Vinny has too much power, and Vinny has too much. His balls are way too big. So Michael wouldn't. Michael's no match. Michael would definitely step down to give Vinny the spot, without a doubt, without question. If Michael stays, it's just a death sentence for Michael's. Michael's going to do something stupid. Vinny's going to take him out, and trust me, Vinny will do it. Vinny will definitely do it. Frankie, Dom, did you ever know Tony Pizza? There was a Tony. Now, there's more than one Tony Pizza. The one on YouTube, no. There was one in the Bronx who I was actually cutting his fingers off. Vinny sent me there. He was around Michael Knows. He owed Vinny money. Michael opened up the pizza. When Michael heard that I went in there, he wasn't there, though, Tony, thank God. So I had the shear cutters. I was cutting his fingers off. Then he told me to take at least 2 fingers off of his hand. And I went in there. I had the shears in one hand, and I was looking for him. Wasn't there. Walked through the back. I would say within a half hour, Michael was calling Vinny. Vinny was calling me, paging. And we all met up. And Michael was just flabbergasted, like, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. And I'm just looking. Then he's like, this mofo owes me money, and you opened up a pizzeria with him? I want my money. So Vinny got paid. Ryan Brown, thank you again for the contribution. Dom, I saw a few clips of Joey Cupcake on John Panisi's channel. Certainly a unique guy. Signs, letters, another Joey Cupcake production. Joey is shot to the socks, folks. He is out of his mind. He was always out of his mind back in the day. We partied way too much. I know he blew so much coke, he put a hole through his inside of his nose from one nostril to the other. That's how much coke he did back in the day. So Joey's just a maniac, wild man. Listen, hysterical, dangerous, without a doubt dangerous. I think he became more dangerous since he was in jail. Jail made him even worse. He wasn't as unstable as he is now when we were growing up. But what type of guy kills your best friend over money? I mean, childhood friends, they came up together over money. He was just jealous that Frankie got on. Frankie was told by the drug supplier, which was Joey's father's friend, not if Joey's involved, I hear, I'm cutting you off. So he didn't put Joey on. But Frankie was going to invest that night. I'm just rounding it off. I think it was 260 something thousand. Say 250,000. Frankie went there. Joey says, I have this weed. I could get it at a good price. I need 250. Frank was coming up with the money for Joey. Joey wound up killing him, taking the weed, taking the coke out of the trunk, and tried going to the girlfriend's house, taking money out of the safe and the coke up there as well. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. So anyway, folks, let's see. What was that? Kevin, Dom, do you think Joey Messino added something against you personally? I think it was more Vinny. He tried jamming up. It was Vinny knowing, but it is what it is at the end of the day. It gave me my life that I have today, so what can you do? Allstar says, What's it? 100,000 to 1 if Joey makes an appearance in the round table. You never know. You never know. One never knows. I'm sure if the money's right, he'd be here. Let's see. New York again. Dom, did you ever bump into Jack Falcone? Yes, I did. Actually, Mr. Garcia. Yes, I did. Or did he only target the Gambinos? Saw him enlargement, 450 pounds. No, I did see him at Pretty Woman's. He was there frequently. They wanted us to play in the card game. I wasn't a card guy. I just went there to hang out with the girls and have fun. Actually, myself and Jimmy McManus tried getting us in numerous times, and we were just out to have a good time, party, and we didn't deal with that bullshit. So thank God. Dom Anthony Centrolo is the Capo in the Lucchese. His son is Freddie Boy. It still sounds familiar. They got caught up in the 2000s with the construction indictment. I think it sounds familiar. Freddie Boy does sound familiar. So, Mind Psych. Who is the most old school gangster you ever met? Good question. Really good question. Quiet Dom. Quiet Dom, I would say, is one of the old schools. Big Ernie's another one. Louis Didone is another one. And then you have gangsters who weren't made. Oscar Ansorium was another serious piece of work. Armenian, serious. But I would say those are the top four, I would say. Vinny, too, had an old school way about him. Vinny as well. Vinny didn't play. He was about the life, 1,000%. I put Vinny into that list all day long, so that's my bad. All-Star, just as I thought I was out, Round Table pulled me back again. That's it. We're here. You know the way the Mafia works. So, folks, hit that like button, please. Come on, get those numbers up. Get my likes up. At least I can brag. I got 200 likes. Come on, let's go before I sign off. Give me 200, folks. Even the haters, just hit that damn like button. Nobody knows. Make me happy. Make the rat happy. Need more Big Jim stories. I will definitely bust them out. I'll bust them out. So, sounds like he was a monster among men. Big Jim was comical. We had some fun. You know what? I'm going to tell a story next time. I'm going to make it a Big Jim night. We're going to talk about Big Jim McManus night. I'm going to tell the story where I busted him up one night. Jimmy, I'm sorry. I'm giving up family secrets. You don't talk to me anyway, so what the hell? I don't care. I'm going to give that shit up where you thought you'd fucking overpower me. Excuse my French, folks. I said that out of love. So we're going to go there. Yes, I'm going to go there. And Peter, you keep up your shit. I'm going to talk about you too. Peter Serpico, another one. So a rat happy wannabe. Don't worry. You got one more chance. I got my gatekeepers. They're being nice tonight, so be nice with your words, Mr. Gatto. So, Bronx South. Do the feds allow you to go to the Bronx? People would shit their pants and do nothing. Let the haters hate, Dom. Yeah, I could go anywhere I want. I was in the Bronx. I walked around the neighborhood. I did videos when I first came home. Haven't been there in quite some time. Here's the thing, folks. Nobody's carrying guns on them anymore, really, or far few in between. So if I ran into somebody, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to say, oh, F. Knowing I might have something, like they just, and nobody wants to be beaten up by a rat. So that's another thing. So Lewis Marshall says, Patty from the Bronx. He was more old school based on his dad. He was big time guy. His father was a capo. Yeah, Patty DiFilippo. Miserable guy. Old school, but miserable. He was a different style, though. He wasn't known as an earner. He was the brokester, actually. Let me get this. So, yeah. So, with that, folks, we're going to start wrapping it up. I don't have my 200 likes. Thank you. So, I'm going to wrap it up now. Anthony, how many damn times do you have to hit the like button? I'm up to 20 times already. Oh, you got jokes, Anthony. So, funny. Sam the Man. New York is all respect. Nathan's is not all that good. I didn't care for Nathan. Chicago dog all day. Now that is a must try. Hey, what's up, Alfonso? Good to see you on, my brother from Brooklyn. Alfonso in the house. Kevin Murphy, Dom. Why do you think Vinnie Gorgeous turned his back on you? Just not giving me what I had coming financially, keeping it all to himself, his family. And then also he wanted me to take the witness stand on our behalf. If that's not turning your back on me, Kevin, what is? You want me to take a witness stand as a gangster, not a rat, as a gangster, taking a witness stand. So I'm admitting Cosa Nostra. I'm admitting I'm a captain. I'm admitting Michael's the acting boss. Vinny's the boss, but we do nothing illegal. I'm still a rat. I'm doing something you're not allowed. That's maybe in other gangs you could do that. Cosa Nostra, you're not supposed to admit anything. You're not supposed to take a witness stand. You're not supposed to talk to media. Period. Hands down, you'll be considered a rat. With that said, Christopher, you're the last one, my man. Dom, what's up? Strong Island. There you go. Strong Island in the house. There we go. Yes. Everybody have a great evening. Wish everybody the best. My gatekeepers, Cynthia, German, Francisco, thank you. You didn't have to block anybody tomorrow night. You'll be on full tilt. Anybody starts some bullshit, take them out. Molino is a legend, though. He's a legend. But in Cosa Nostra, what he's doing, it's called a rat move. And I'll end it with that. Have a wonderful evening. See everybody tomorrow night, live at 5. Thank you. Much love.